Alright? It's my birthday, gotta bring it in right. And we are staging the area because we were having issues. But also, for my birthday, let's bring in a good year. Guys, I know this is uploading late, probably on the 5th or the 6th, but whatever. Succession episode 7. And can we just get something straight real quick? Well, I'm Abby with Motor City Nerds. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. We're small, but we're awesome, and we have fun over here. A lot of people are having issues with this season, and I think the problem is I'm not calling people stupid, okay? I'm just saying, like, there's a tonal shift. And if you can't realize that, and that there was also a pandemic, I don't know what to tell you. But I feel like we can go through this episode pretty quick, because this is exactly what I've been talking about in my other episodes, except to the nth degree of once these kids are all together, they act like they're 12. Start out in the beginning. 1, I did love Naomi's outfit. 2, I do think she's still a rat. 3, in my own personal experience of being with a narcissistic, abusive manipulator who is playing chess in their mind against you the entire time, there are points that they hit when they are just in vindictive mode. Well, I think that Naomi has always been a rat and doesn't really care about Kendall and just knows how to get to him and manipulate him, and she hates this family. But notice that Logan says that they have been talking back and forth with the Pierce family. So, I wonder if I don't know if he might be in... God damn it. Sorry, guys. Logan might be in on whatever Naomi's doing, is what I'm saying. But either way, I think Naomi's a rat. And like I said, I think Logan at first was like, no, get her the fuck out of here. But now he might be using her. I don't know. But I think she wants to see his whole family fall. And I think that's why she also wanted Ken to sell. Is because she's like, no, yeah, then you're not even a part of this fucking company. And really, I truly know you want to be a part of this company and a part of this family. And we see that in this episode. Loved her outfit, but if you guys noticed, like, she knew Kendall was making a fucking fool of himself, and she thought that shit was funny. She was like, no, I want him to go out on stage and make a fool of himself. If you, anybody, and it doesn't matter what you do, any performer, anything, especially if you're in the 1%, if you come out comparing yourself to Jesus on a cross, it's not going to turn out well, no matter what people, like, how people feel. Like, most of the country is Christian or whatever. I was raised Catholic, like... I'm not saying, like, oh, I'd be super offended, yada, yada, but it's like, bad luck, bud, because whether or not you believe, whatever you believe, it's like, if you look at the Bible as stories, it's like, you are not this person. You are not this person that thinks you are a savior of a good cause. You know what I mean? Like, take the religious aspects out of it and make it just peaceful protest, and this shit's wrong, and let's flip tables of tax people and fuck with them, and you know what I mean? Like, Ken, you are not Jesus. It's just a bad look all around if you come flying around on a cross. Notice that Ken is wearing a jacket or a coat, whatever, the entire episode, which is funny. And you can tell that the siblings do miss Ken, and that Roman secretly just wants to go to the party to see him, and Shiv too. And like I've been saying, Shiv was the one who didn't know what was going on when Ken killed that kid and was like, what's going on? And hugs him, and then he says, just take care of me, please. Just take care of me no matter what happens. And I think Shiv was the one sibling he was like, yeah, you might be a fuck, but I can count on you. And that's why the letter hurts so bad. And and there is an article out there about people in matching clothes and how they're going. And Kendall and Shiv were matching this episode. Sarah Snook looks fabulous in that green. She looks fabulous all the time, but you know what I mean. When Roman, Shiv, Carrie are in Logan's office talking to him, Logan gives Roman the, essentially, will buy you out letter to give to Kendall. And I did like when they were talking about, and I fucking love the Skarsgård brothers, like, they're in everything, and he plays an asshole so well. And just so you guys know, Zoolander's one of my favorite movies. That's Orange Mocha Frappuccino guy. Yeah, True Blood, Big Little Lies, this motherfucker Lucas, I think he's trying to be like a Zuckerberg, and I kind of liked that, dig at them. And I did like the names that if you listen to the episode again, the names they drop on the phone, like Chloe and all this shit, like, they're insinuating, like, actual people nowadays. And it's like, dude, why the fuck did anybody ever support the fucking Kardashians? Side note, who supports a fucking mom who exploited her fucking daughter and with her own, and marketed her sex tape? Like, that's disgusting. You are heartless and soulless and the devil. Pimp out your children. You openly say you exploit black people. Like, you're fucking gross. You exploit your own fucking grandchildren. Like, I don't understand how any of those people became popular. Because I graduated in 2011, and it's like, we didn't think those people were cool. It's like, guess what? Those are the people a few years younger than us, just so you guys know. We don't think any of those people are fucking cool. We think they're fucking lame. Please. And fuck you, fuck Travis Scott, fuck the Kardashians, fuck them all, fuck them. But I just needed to say that. But if you go and listen to the episode, they're like Chloe, Courtney, and then they drop a few other names in there that I'm like, oh, Elon. And I was like, oh, you guys are making some references here. In Logan's office, I did like when, once again, Shiv is having issues. She can't see past this woman versus woman thing, so she's like, oh my god, dad's banging a woman 50 years younger than him, where it's like, yeah, that is kind of gross, but that does kind of happen, and it's like, as long as it's consensual, who fucking cares? And I've said this in other videos I've made, I say this about my own job, I might play the game my way, which is I bust my ass and I fucking earned my reputation and people know that I can be relied on, and you laid on your fucking back for it, and that's you. You do you. If you want to fucking suck on every wiener in the plant and bang every person in the union to get ahead, I'm not hating on your game, girl. It's just not how I play the game. So it's like, if that's what Carrie's doing, one, I highly doubt you work for Logan Roy if you're bad at your job, so I'm sure she's still good at her job. It's just like, hey, if I can use this as a perk, I'm going to. What, men? You forced us into fucking doing that shit because you don't take us fucking seriously. Not all of you. But characters like Logan Roy and Tywin Lannister, the toughest motherfuckers, they do not underestimate women because they know you can be just as formidable as men. Well, I just hope this uploads before the next episode airs because I did like 6 videos. But anyway, yeah, Shiv, once again, beef with Carrie. Roman is saying this is fucking normal. People do this all the fucking time. And it's like, no, does that make it right? No, unless it's consensual or whatever. Like, you let me put it this way. You should not feel like you have to bang the person who's in charge of you just to keep your job, okay? Okay? Sir, who keeps coming at me at Booster, you know that I'm not about that life. And fuck off. How about that? Apparently he told me, apparently he said fuck you to me the other day. I'm like, oh, did he now? I'm like, okay. Well, sir, do you know who I am? Because I'm sorry, I'm not one of these little hoes that you fucking are blowing up. Even in the office, you can tell that the siblings do miss Ken. And then, like I said, we get into Logan's office, and then we get we're celebrating because there's no jail time and all this stuff. And notice Logan tells Tom that he appreciated that shit, and I truly think Logan did, and I think Logan's not going to forget that. I've been saying that I think Shiv is going to be on the chopping block. I've been saying that something's going to happen to her, but I was like, how would it be jail? And then I was like, I don't think they'd kill Shiv, but I was like, I don't know, man, she's fucked. Not only does she not give a shit, like Shiv is more upset that there are no consequences happening, which it's like, I do believe. No, I don't. Honestly, and I love Shiv as a character. I do. I love all of these characters, but I have Team Logan, whatever. But Shiv was mad there was no consequences. I think she did want Tom to go to jail. I think Roman was absolutely right when he was calling her out and saying like, oh, what, because you were counting down the days until you can do whatever the fuck you wanted with whatever dick you wanted? I think he was absolutely right there. But I think it went more than that. I think it was just like, whatever. And like I've been saying, I think Tom is realizing more and more, I thought I was kind of on the in with this family, but the truth is, I'm fucking not. She's more upset that there is no jail time and there are no consequences, and her husband was the one on the chopping block, and he's like, what the fuck, again? But Logan is the one who stops him and is like, I'll remember this. And that means some shit. Jerry doesn't give up her connections at the DOJ when Robin's like, oh, is it Lori? And she's like, well, we have several, and yada, yada, yada. So we're making it work with the DOJ, even though I don't think that's fully okay, and I'm sure we'll find out, but whatever. I liked that Jerry was like, no, I'm playing my cards close to the chest now, too. She doesn't even care that Tom isn't even okay. And here's the other thing, too, that people were complaining about. They were like, oh, well, Tom flipping Greg's desk, I'm getting sick of him treating him this way. And it's like, no, Greg was Tom's last, like, okay, after Shiv told Tom, I want an open relationship on their wedding night. He was like, what the fuck? Like, are you serious? Like, blah, blah, blah. Greg uses that same terminology when he tries to leave ATN and stop being his assistant. And that's what sends Tom over the edge, because it's like, okay, my wife already did this to me. Now my best friend is doing this to me, and I really have nobody, and what the fuck? And I think that's why he takes so much out on Greg. And this season is not supposed to be, it's a dark comedy. It's a drama. It is not supposed to always be fucking funny. And right now they're at war and shit. That's why the tone is different. So it's like, if you can't pick up on that and that's why you think it's bad, then you just don't know how film and TV work. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to call you stupid. I'm just saying, like, maybe look at it through a different lens because different things are happening. That's why every time he gets, what is Tom supposed to do? Go punch Shiv in the face? Look what Ken does to Rava. He will not let her out of his fucking family. He uses the shit out of her and don't give a fuck how she feels. You think they're gonna let Tom out from the precious baby girl? The fucking the show that Kendall tried to go on earlier in the season was saying how she's the fucking nice one. So it's like, even publicly it would look bad. So it's like, Tom, I think Tom is realizing I'm alone, and I thought I was more in the inner circle, and I'm really fucking not. Keep seeing people complaining about the dysfunction. I'm like, the show is built on dysfunction. And I was like, and it's supposed to be dramatic, and it's supposed to be a dark comedy. And it's like, if you can't see the humor in it too, and you can't see the tonal shift, I'm sorry. But I thought the Greg scene was great, and then I thought it was very telling when the other workers are like, you can tell they're like, man, fuck this kid. Like, we don't give a fuck if it is good or bad that he's flipping your desk. We just know where you stand with everything, and it's above us. Kendall acting wild about his birthday and his crazy birthday shit, and now he's gonna do all this stuff, and yada, yada, yada. Honestly feel like this was a midlife crisis almost for all of the siblings, and in a way, and especially Kendall, and especially Shiv. And that's why I'm like, oh shit. It's having this huge weird fucking party. It's a rebirth party with all these weird themed rooms, and I've been to some weird fucking shit, man. And rich people are the fucking weirdest, I swear. When his siblings do show up at the party, you can tell that they are all genuinely happy to see each other. And you can tell that Roman and him, like, might be, they're talking their shit, but this is what I mean. When their dad is not around, they turn into kids again. And I think that's exactly why they put the treehouse into this episode, is not only because it's like some weird fucking childhood thing, just like how they make fun of Roman with the mom thing. And I took that as, look, at Roman is the only one who defends his dad, and he's the only one who defends his mom. Now, Roman said some fucked up shit this episode, so it's like, no, you're the most like your dad. It is what it is. And remember what I said last episode about the rabbit and how that's what was making, or the episode with the speeches. So 2 episodes ago, when he was freaking out about the rabbit being poisoned and or the rabbit being sick, and I was like, I think that made him spiral paranoid because he was like, did my dad poison this fucking pet? Because he brings that up. And then in this episode, they bring up the PIs bothering the nanny. But they're trying to talk to this big tech guy being played by Alexander Skarsgård, who, like I said, I think he's supposed to be like a Zuckerberg asshole. And he plays an asshole so great, but yeah, he's the fucking orange mocha frappuccino guy, and I fucking love him. He's fucking great. And he's related to Floki from Vikings and Westworld and fucking Pennywise and the guy in Thor is their dad. Like, I just love the Skarsgårds. Wouldn't show up to talk to Logan earlier in the episode, and Logan was like, no, fuck that shit, I'll wait to talk to him, I'm not going to talk. And apparently he's this big tech guy, but his was the first one, so he's the last big one, and they're the last big media thing, so they're trying to get him under them and all this shit. Blatantly trying to hide him, the siblings are blatantly trying to talk to him. I thought one of the greatest lines in this whole thing was when they walked up and they were like, who are these people? Like, Stewie's not even here, none of your friends are even here. And then what did they say? Kendall says something, and Connor goes, your wife, your kids, your dad, none of them are here. Like, you don't know any of these people. This is just a fucking facade. Like that Carrie, because like I said, you have to be pretty good at your job to work for Logan. She takes a shot at Gojo and Lucas, and she's like, no, fuck him. Like, he had one good fucking thing. Like, what's the big fucking whoop? Like that Greg finally asked out Comfrey, but I can't tell if she's doing it now just because she's like, fuck Kendall, I'll ruin him and not Greg. But I kind of felt like they both genuinely liked each other, but I thought she was pushed over the edge after Greg told her what Kendall said, which was totally fucked up. He's like, maybe I want to date her, maybe I want this, because once again, you are looking at women and you are looking at people, all of them underneath you like their property, and that is absolutely disgusting and gross and like, what's wrong with you? Why don't you want? You want to beat up on Greg. You're a bully. You guys are all bullies, and you're beating up on Greg, and then everybody's going, well, why is Greg doing this? Oh, well, maybe because he's stuck around these motherfuckers. That was so mean when they kept saying she was out of Greg's league. That was so fucking mean. I did love when he said, how'd you get Shiv? And it was like, okay, yeah, you can say that or whatever, but I know that you're in an open marriage, so it doesn't even fucking matter. Like, obviously, you're not the only one she fucking wants sexually either way. And I'm not saying that's how all open relationships... whatever works for you, works for you. I'm just saying, like, Greg knows about your shit, and it doesn't matter how great you fuck. She is never going to keep to one person. I did notice that Naomi avoided all of the siblings as much as she possibly could until the very end when they were walking out. With all the fake headlines in it, it's like, this isn't funny. Like, I get you're mad, but it's like, just why don't you take my picture and like paint funny shit on it, or like let people paint funny shit on it. And if you do look in all of these rooms, there's a lot of different symbolism going on, like the hell room and stuff like that. Did think that when Roman talked about the fishing trip in the other episode, that Logan forgot about it, and that's what hurt Roman's feelings more. But then we find out, no, Connor really did take them on that fishing trip. And when and Alan Ruck was yelling, and I ate some bad fish, I was laughing so hard. Finds out about the buyout. Naomi wants him to take it, and like I said, I'm just like, I don't know if you just want him to lose what you know he actually wants or what. But we're gonna get into what I think Naomi's doing, because I still think she's a sneak rat. Oh yeah, and before Greg asks the PR woman out, she tells him, like, no, we're about to have to fuck you over. And I think after he tells her what Kendall said about her, she's like, man, you've already... Go watch my other videos. All of these women are fucking sick of him. Same thing with when he didn't do the Jesus thing to Billy Joel. They were like, thank fucking God. Like, I'm so sick of this shit. And the He-Man lunchboxes and stuff like that. Like, they're so sick of dealing with this. Jess is sick of dealing with it. They're all sick of fucking dealing with him. Lisa, the lawyer, was sick of dealing with him. You know what I mean? There was a pattern here. And so I don't know if that kind of pushed her over the edge to go on the date with Greg eventually, or there's another motive there, whatever it is. But I did think it was still sweet how Greg was like, well, before you were going to slander my name and burn me to the ground, I was going to ask you out. This is what I mean. When they get to the childhood treehouse, imagine they're all 12. Imagine they're the little rascals, and they're going, Kendall's going, you don't have the password to get in. No siblings allowed. That's exactly what's happening here. I have always appreciated that about Succession, is that you see these grown adults get together, and when their dad's not around, they turn back into 12-year-olds. This is fucking weird. Oh, and how about this? What did Kendall say? This is a Trojan mindfuck. What do we have? The Trojan horse, the Trojan helmets. We've been talking about Troy over here. Trojan mindfuck. Agamemnon. Looking to Troy more and more. It is about, like, I'm protecting my brother and this and that and yada, yada, yada. Well, parts of it are, but then there's many different iterations where, never mind, I'll talk about that a different day. Finds out about the letter that Roman gave to Kendall, and she's fucking pissed about it because she wasn't involved, and yeah. Lucas, the Skarsgård, who is a total douche, and like I said, I definitely think they're basing him off Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, Kendall, I did think the pussy pasta, what did he say? He was like, I need pussy pasta and, fuck, what was it? Something else, and that was a funny little line, but it's still like, God, you're a horrible human being. But then he has Reese, the guy who was selling Greg the watch, show up, and he looks at this tech guy, Skarsgård, and says he's not a good guy, and like almost like it's funny, and you can tell Skarsgård is like, you're a fucking moron, like, I'm like, yeah, I might deal with this guy tonight or something, but keep him at arm's length then, because you're a piece of shit. But like, Kendall acts like it's a cool thing. Same thing with him throwing up a blood sign, like, oh, haha, this is funny, when really it's like, no, you've never had to even deal, like, I've never had to deal with that life. I'm very lucky. I've never had to, but it's like, I know people who have had to deal with gang life and stuff, and it's not a joke, and it's like, to make fun of it so lightly isn't cool either. Kendall goes to talk to Rava, but we don't exactly see her boyfriend, so I still think it might be, I still think that Katie is right, and that it might be Stewie. He tells him, and this is what I mean, if I was Rava and you pulled that shit that he pulled earlier in this season, in the first couple episodes, taking over my house and shit, fucking up my job, doing all this stuff, bringing your girlfriend over who's popping open my fucking alcohol and shit, fuck you. I think she might have been lying about the kid's gift. To panic, like, where's the kid's gift, and he's going nutso, and that's when Naomi's like, oh my God, like, and I think this is what I mean. I think Naomi wanted to tear this family apart, but once she started realizing, like, oh my God, Kendall really might off himself. Fuck. Like, I don't despise this guy, but I'm not, like, madly in love with him. I kind of want to see his family fall apart. But I definitely think that's the scene where she started panicking, and it also showed her, oh, I'm not number one to you, even though his kids aren't even number one to him, but he puts his kid's gift above the blowjob and the watch. And if you notice, the watch thing is the same as back in episode 1 when Tom gave Logan the watch, and he's like, who gives a shit? And then it ends up going to the kid who didn't win $1 million that Roman was fucking with. Then Kendall starts saying stuff like, why did you get me this? It's not even engraved. It's not even this. It's not even that. And like, almost like it's not good enough. But I also thought it was funny that it was a watch, once again, that you didn't care about, same as your dad. When he talks to Rava, we find out that she says your goons keep coming and bothering the nanny to get a quote saying that you are harassing or that you're mean with the kids and shit. And it's like, well, I don't even think you're around the fucking kids, first and foremost. But yeah, that isn't right. That's fucked up. That's exactly what he's talking about. We will follow you. We will bang your wives. We will poison your pets. All this shit. But they didn't say that they were. And I'm not saying it's okay at all. But I'm just like, it doesn't say that these goons are going and fucking with his kids. It's saying that they're going up to the nannies and being like, hey, give us a quote, give us a quote. And how is that different from any other famous person? Look at what happened to Britney Spears. Look at what goes on with her. Like, she gets ran up on all the time when she's carrying her kids and shit. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying it's right. I'm not. I'm just like, oh, I kind of didn't think that was happening. And the fact that Roman knew it was, oh, that's fucked up. But it's like, do I think the children were being fucked with? No. Do I think they were probably being made uncomfortable, which isn't okay? Yes. And these nannies and shit should not be made uncomfortable and blackmailed and fucked with? But it's like, was Rafa making all of that up? Because she knows that, just like Roman knows, Kendall will fucking unhinge himself and fall apart. Talks to Rava is when he starts losing his mind about the party. Is this the music I played? This isn't the vibe I wanted. Call Bruce Springsteen. Save the fucking party. Yada, yada, yada. I didn't want this to be an asshole's birthday party. Well, guess what? It's an asshole's birthday party. That's when he's scumming to Greg. That's when he starts going off about Connor's coat. Why is he wearing a coat? Go tell him to put on this sweater. He is totally over Kendall in this episode. I loved that. I like that Tom was like, what the fuck is this vibe? And for the first time ever, Tom was like trying. And honestly, that's what makes me think, like I said, there's either, well, when we get to the episode, I'll talk about it, but that's what made me think it was going to be a suicide or something, because depression looks different to everybody else. But when he got out of that car and was so excited, like, oh, I'm going to get fucked up tonight, we're going to have fun, and Shiv is the one at the bar, like, what the fuck? And then, I don't know, did anybody see her put something in her drink? Because, and then there's, at the bachelor party, there's just, like, Molly caps on the fucking bar, so it's like, obviously, drugs are very easy to get for these people, so it's like, maybe it was something, because they make that comment when Greg is asking Comfrey out, is, did she take something? And he's like, no, I think she's just letting it out. But she was slamming drinks. That was a thing. But she's the one who looks angry and pissy. Tom is the one who's like, why is the vibe all fucking weird? And then, like, Kendall's saying the vibe is weird, but it's because he's losing his mind. And when he starts to lose it, any of them start to lose it, they need control. And that's why Tom fucks with Greg, because it's a control thing. Because he knows he cannot control anything else in this fucking family. They control him. I like that Willa stepped up because, like I said, and I've been saying, I've been saying since my first video, do not count Willa out. She is not stupid. But I did like when she told off, now I just learned her name, Comfrey, the girl, the PR girl, and she's like, no, you get the fuck out of here. And then we've seen her like slap Connor and stuff before, so it's like obviously Connor's into like her getting feisty and stuff. But I like Willa as a character. I think she's smart, and I think that she's like, fuck, I never thought I'd end up in this fucking place, but I might as well make the best of it. And finally gets up to the treehouse, and he's bothered. Like I said, not only was he bothered by the mom vagina thing, because like he's the baby, and then somebody commented on here that I was wrong about that, and then they deleted it, I think, though. But somebody check it if I'm wrong, because HBO also said, oh, the Game of Thrones prequel, the HBO official website, the Game of Thrones prequel that's coming out 300 years prior, and it still says that all the way up to like a week ago. Still, I don't know if they changed it. Well, it doesn't take place 300 years ago; it takes place 200 years ago. So I don't believe the fucking HBO website. Some dingus is giving a memo and they run that shit through. Like, no, Roman is the baby. And that's why when people talk shit about his parents, it bothers him. That's why his mom getting remarried bothers him the most. That's why his dad being sick bothers him the most. The second that guy brought up his dad being dead, I think Roman knows Roman is an asshole, but he knows how to also play other assholes better. Guy, Skarsgård thinks he's smarter than everybody in the fucking room, thinks he's the greatest thing ever. I'm fucking Elon Musk, I'm fucking great. And it's like, no, you're just kind of a douche, and I'm pretty sure you're going to get played by Roman. That's what I think's going to happen, or at least the Roy family. If he wouldn't have made that death comment, it would have went very differently. This is where I thought Kendall was going to die, was when he was about to do the Jesus thing, and I was like, one, that's a terrible idea. Don't do that. You're going to look horrible publicly. But then he got scared that he was going to die, and I was like, oh my God, what if it's not Kendall? And I was like, oh my God, because I don't know if it's going to be a suicide or an accident or whatever, and we'll get there, but he decides not to do it, and I loved when they finally showed the two PR girls, like, fuck, thank fucking God, dude, what a fucking joke. Sad was it when he was having that meltdown, though, and he told Naomi, I want to go home, and she's like, well, then let's go home, and he don't mean home with you, bitch. He means home with his siblings. He means home with his dad. This is not how I know, but like this is when I realized you're a manipulator snake, where it's like, okay, I don't want you to hurt yourself or anything like that, but I really don't care if you're losing it, and that's why she's always trying to deter him from thinking about stuff. The good tweet, bad tweet scene. You can't find the kid's gift. I bet you either she has the kid's gift or it never was a thing, and Rava's just fucking with him. One of those things is happening. That's what I think personally. I definitely think she's like, oh God, I might have pushed this way too far though. Like this guy really might kill himself, and fuck, that wasn't what I planned. I wanted to fuck his life up, but I didn't want that to happen. Greg and Tom walking through the weird bushes. This once again, weird rich people shit, weird rich people parties. Rich people are fucking bizarre, and they act bizarre. Rich people are weird. Like, and I'm talking rich people. They're fucking weird. Oh, and I like the 1% joke where Willa was like, 1% is pulling for him, but that's 4 million people, and that could sway a vote. Do you get what they're saying there? Like, the 1% could sway an election. Starts going off on everybody around him. We have Shiv dancing on the dance floor like a maniac, going off, and Shiv just wants attention. That's what she wants. That's what she does. Like when she can't get her way, or when she's not in control, her behavior is different. And that's what I mean. I think she believes in like, I don't think she believes in marriage or anything at all. I think that's all just a thing. But I think she has a problem with when I'm not in control, I need somebody to want me. And that's sad. Out there dancing all crazy and nobody wants her, including her husband. And then Tom and Greg are walking through the weird bushes, and Tom starts going off on people, and Greg's like, dude, calm the fuck down, like, stop. Keep saying Tom is the bully hanging out with other bullies who really isn't one and pretending to be something he's not, and he can't attack the Roys, so he attacks Greg. Said I think it's very interesting because in the show, like, people don't punch each other in the face and stuff because they're hoity-toity fucks, and that's like when Roman's like, oh my God, he's touching me, he's moving me. It's like, oh my God, get the fuck over yourself. My friend got fucking robbed by a fake cop at a fucking rave in Detroit, like, who strong-armed a poor 16-year-old and ran his pockets, and it was fucking terrifying. But yeah, so it's like, but you know what I mean, rich people, don't touch me, oh my God. But I did like when, I mean, this isn't supposed to, some of it's supposed to be funny, but this is supposed to be getting uncomfortable, like when Kendall is trying to leave and Naomi's walking by. I think she makes one smart remark, but she, like I said, she avoids the siblings. She don't say shit to none of them. And I find it odd that, because if I was the sister, I have all sisters, so it's like, ain't nobody checking us. Like, well, we check you. Like, I don't give a fuck what you are. But if I had brothers and there's this, I would be checking her. I'd be like, okay, me and you are going to talk at some point. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? But when they're walking out and Shiv and Kendall say stuff to each other, and then Roman starts you can tell Roman is intoxicated as fuck, and he is saying fucked up shit, and then he's like, oh yeah, Shiv, and then Kendall turns to Shiv and says, did you know about the spying? And Shiv's like, are you fucking kidding me? Even though Shiv, you went and told some lady that she shouldn't testify against this company, which that scene is very powerful because it's, one, it's true, but two, it's like, Shiv, you don't really want change. You talk about rape like it ain't shit and stuff too. Like, you, like, come on, you just want, whatever. But I don't know if Shiv is actually truly bothered by that. I don't. She's using it more of as an excuse to go to Kendall's side. But I think, like I said, if you look at them like they're 12, I get it. Because it's like, okay, fucked up thing. What is going on? You knew about this fucked up thing? Okay, well now we're all fighting, and then instead of fighting with each other, he goes and starts and fights with Connor about his coat again, even though Kendall's wearing a coat the entire episode. I did like when Roman threw him on the ground, though, with his sanctimonious fucking bullshit. I did. I like that. I like Kendall, but I'm like, he's not doing good things. And Roman's right. Kendall, you were doing the same shit, and you condone the same shit. And let's go back to season 1, everybody, where Tom was the one who wanted to come forward and tell everybody what the fuck was going on, and tell everybody about the scandal and cruises, and tell everybody all about this stuff. And Ken, not Logan, Ken was the one who said, no, fuck that shit. We do what we want. Go be the shit eater over there. I'm not, like I said, none of this behavior is okay, but when Roman was like, you've done the same shit to people, motherfucker, like, shut up. And so it's like, he ain't wrong, but I highly doubt, that Kendall's kids are being hurt or as affected as some of these other victims and stuff's families who've probably had to move and hide from people. Because Rava makes a very clear point to say the nanny is being fucked with, not the kids personally. So now it's kind of like a game of telephone, and I wonder where that's going to go. And I probably know by now because I recorded this on my birthday, December 4th. Hey, it is my birthday. Whoop, whoop. I didn't do anything except stay up way too late to record these fucking videos and not get any sleep. But I'm excited about it, and I'm excited for the episode tonight. Roman say, hit me, shitty Jesus. That's exactly what I mean, hit me, shitty Jesus. So I know I've been saying that I thought Ken or Tom was going to die, and then I kind of thought like a bomb. Okay, can I first say something before I say this? That I live in Michigan. I live 40 minutes away from Oxford. Like, one of my bosses at work coached some of those kids in football, like... First and foremost, prayers go out to those families and good vibes, whatever the fuck you believe in. It's devastating what goes on. It's like, I remember in school, and like I said, I'm 40 minutes from Oxford, we told the office we found a note and writing on the wall that said they were going to fucking either shoot up the school or blow up the school, and we skipped school that day, and they fucking reprimanded us. They didn't fucking call any parents or nothing. They just fucking suspended us, and then when we told our parents, they were like, okay, then hang out, because good, I'm glad you didn't go to fucking school. But it's just sick. So before I say this, I just want to say that, especially with it hitting so close to fucking home. And one of my other coworkers' nephews went to school, or goes to school there, and I was like, what? And it's like, even though I live here and it hits close to home, when you hear one of your best friends say that shit, it's like, Jesus Christ, like, Jesus. Anyway, I did think that was going to happen in succession. I was like, I think Kendall is going to snap and do something crazy like that. I really did. But I don't know. After that episode, I'm like, and then, I don't even care. Let haters hate. All your comments do is help me, you fucking morons. But, it was making me so nervous because it's like, okay, Roman, we don't know, you're fucked up walking home. Always a bad idea. Go watch my fucking festival video if you want my fucking advice on going out to parties and stuff. No, walking home alone all fucked up, bad idea. Tom says he's going to an after party, so God only knows what he's going to be doing. That's what I mean here. Will it be a suicide? Maybe not. Will it be an accidental overdose? Maybe. Is Roman going to get hit by a car? Maybe. I don't fucking know. But then I was like, it might be. Shiv, do you have some underlying issues and you might do some shit to yourself? I don't know, but I really truly think that one of the kids or Tom is going to die, and it's going to be fucked up, and it's going to be very sad, and I really truly believe that. Towards the end of that episode, we get Roman walking home, Tom's gonna go to an after party, Shiv's like, no, and all depressed, and Kendall's looking over the edge again, like he always is, and Naomi pulls him back. But if you watch her, how I took it was, like I said, I don't think it's, I truly love you, I think you're a cool guy, but I really hated your family, and I can respect this for fucking with me and exploiting my mom's death, because I get it, but I think what she's realizing is, oh my God, this went way too fucking far. Like, he might lose his life because of me, and all I wanted to do was fuck it up, and fuck his family up, and fuck their company up, not have this man kill himself. Because at first I was like, oh, maybe she's not, I don't know. But then when she like leans back and is like, it's almost like she's thinking like, fuck, what do I do? Like, and like I said, when you date a manipulator for as long as I have, it's like, it's fucking scary, and you never know what they're fucking thinking. Literally, my last note about Naomi, it says, either it went too far and she's worried, or ... she's happy. So yeah, hopefully I upload this before Sunday night. But yeah, happy birthday to me. I'm sorry, I love birthdays, and I didn't get to go out or nothing, and I don't mind that, I really don't. It's just everything, I don't think people realize how much work this takes, and I don't think people realize how much time it takes up, and I'm like, no, I love coming to hang out and stuff, but when I tell you I need to record, like, I can't stay for 5 hours and shit, and it's like, and I'm not complaining or anything like that. I hung out with my best friend, I had a great night, like, all that, but it's like, I'm just talking in general. But yeah, I got the best gifts ever. I'll show them off all my social medias down in the description below. Succession tomorrow or tonight, I don't know when I'm uploading this. I'm Abby with Motor City Nerds. Please like, share, subscribe. It helps me out a lot. We're tiny, but we're fun, and debate in the comments, but don't be a fucking piece of shit. I mean, be a piece of shit to me all day, that's fine. Just don't attack each other. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, have a good one. And this season is not bad. It's just a tonal shift. And it's like, what are you people thinking? This is still the best show on television. Like I said, go watch my other videos. I think Cousin Greg's going to win it all in the end.